Hello to all the fellow watch lovers out there and people who have a problem with a watch addiction like I do, and you spend all your money on these damn things even though they all sell the same time. So it's kind of a crazy hobby, to be honest with you. And watches, for the most part today, are useless because we all have a phone in our pocket or in our hand at all times, and we can always tell what time it is anywhere in the world. But here we are still blowing all our money on this silly hobby. But anyways, this is my latest pickup that I got. This Tudor Black Bay, the one with the red or burgundy bezel. And this is my first and only Tudor watch. I've never had one before. I have Rolex, I have Omega, a couple other brands, but I've never had a Tudor. And I really like this one. I like the splash of color. I love the dial here. It's a great looking watch. It's easy to grab, unlike my Omega here. You can hear this. The bezel action on this is absolutely beautiful. I can just listen to this all day. But anyway, wearing this for a couple of days. Do I have any complaints about it? No. I've heard people talk about it's not a Rolex. It's not, of course, it's not a Rolex. Of course, it's not a Rolex. Like I used an example the other day. I said, you don't buy a Toyota Corolla and then say it's not a Lexus LS. Even though it might be kind of the same company, they're still not the same car. They're a different class level. And this will never be a Rolex. But nonetheless, it is a beautiful watch. It is comfortable. The T-fit clasp works beautifully. The on-the-fly adjustment is amazing. It's great. Your hand swells up, it gets smaller, whatever. Just adjust on the fly and go on about your day. And here's the watch on my wrist. Again, great, beautiful looking watch. Like I said, I love the dial. I love the red bezel. It's comfortable. It is not too heavy. You know, I've heard from people say, oh, Tudors are thick, they're heavy watches and all that. And from my understanding, the one before this, the previous version was thicker, was heavier, but this one fits perfectly. It is a great weight. I'm not a big fan of like watches that feel like featherweights where I don't feel like I have anything on my wrist. No problems with this. I've been wearing it for a few days. It's comfortable. It looks great. And I've actually gotten quite a few compliments on this. And here's a little bit of a closer look on what this thing looks like on my wrist. I don't know how big my wrist is. I'm 6'1", about 210 pounds. And here it is. Fits great. Looks great, I think. And I do like the splash of red that matches the little bit of a red I have going on with my tattoos here. So that's kind of a nice touch that I just noticed at this moment, to be honest with you. And I don't really talk about specs on watches because I don't know. I don't think it matters to me whether a watch has 200 meters or 300 meters or 1,000 meters of water resistance. I am never going to be that deep in water in my life, so it's kind of pointless to me. As long as it's not going to get destroyed when I take a shower with it sometimes, or if I jump in a pool, that's all I care. As far as being that deep in the ocean, I always say if I find myself, 300-400 meters deep in the ocean, I have much bigger problems than worrying about my watch being able to resist all that water pressure, because I screwed up somewhere and now I'm dying here in the ocean. But anyway, closed case back, very simple, nothing complicated about this. Again, beautiful looking dial. It looks great. It wears great. To me, it's comfortable. I have no problems with this watch, and I think it's money well spent, in my opinion. But again, that's just me. That's how I feel about it. This will probably be my daily for a while, and I wear all my watches to the gym as well. I can see myself wearing this to the gym, maybe on a NATO strap or something like that. But again, it's a great, beautiful watch. As far as purchasing one of these, if you go to Tudor right here, on this exact bracelet that I have, it's going to set you back $4,600. On the rubber one, which I think I'm going to buy this rubber anyway, it's $4,300. This Jubilee looking bracelet, $4,700. But if you want to get a good deal on a used one, I've searched and you can find these in excellent condition for about $3,000, maybe $3,500. So if you fancy, you know, saving yourself $1,000, I would go for a used, excellent condition and save yourself the money. I see a lot of people getting worked up on the internet about all these watches and what's a better brand, what has better specs and all that. They all have good specs. Anytime you're buying a watch for $3,000 plus, they're all gonna tell you the time. And again, they'll have plenty of water resistance for 99.9% of human beings living their average day life. Like, none of this is an issue to me. You know, just buy what you like, buy what you think looks good on you, and go on about your life. As far as, you know, other brands that are the God tier brands, as some people like to call them, the APs, Pateks, I will probably never in my life be able to walk into an AP dealer or a Patek dealer and say, hey, I want this Royal Oak or I want this Nautilus. It's not in the cards for me in this lifetime probably. You know, you never know what might happen, but most likely I will never be their customer. So I don't even really worry about those brands. I don't compare anything to them because it's just not within my reach. And again, it probably never will be, and that's okay. But again, should I win the lottery or something, who knows? Would I love to have one? Absolutely, but I also understand that's not my reality. So it would be silly for me to sit there and be like, oh, I have this Omega or this Tudor or this Rolex and comparing it to AP or... Why? I'm never going to probably have one, so what's the big deal? Like I said, buy what you enjoy what you buy, and that's it. The formula is really quite simple. At the end of the day, it's your money that you worked very hard for, so you should spend it how you want, and you should enjoy it.